Hello, everybody. This is Elisha Keating from WisdomSeekers.net. I'm here today for the week of the 5th to the 11th for just as a single reading. I've cut down to once a week. I might move to twice a week for the interactives, but right now I just found it a little too strenuous for me. So we're here now at once a week. So the first card I pulled was an interesting card, and I agree with it. It's coming together. Now is the time for us to come together, not to put roadblocks between us, not what religion are you, what orthodox beliefs are you, or non-orthodox, what country do you come from. None of those should matter anymore. It is time for us to become united as a human race. And all you have to do is look at the news to ascertain that this is what is necessary. So the first card I pulled, and I looked at it and I thought, no, do I really want to read that? And I thought, yeah, I do, because it's true. It's the death card. And why did I want to read it? Because we are going through a death of a way of life. Is it easy? Absolutely, definitely not. Is it necessary? Absolutely, definitely, yes. When we come to an end of a way of living, a way of life, a change in society, is it easy? Never. So what's happening in societal levels will be happening in individual levels, and I can vouch that is happening. Because I do readings for people, I know the stresses that many people are under, and it is a death of a way of thinking. It's a death of a way of being, the same as it is for country, for the world. And if we believe so as above, so below, then what's happening in the higher energies as well? What covers it, and this is why I decided, yes, I'm okay with this, is what covers it is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is receiving your just rewards. And in this case, the just rewards are pointed out as positive, not negative, because you can get just rewards that are negative as well. But because of the Nine of Pentacles is a picture of a woman who's worked very hard in her life, is now enjoying the fruits of her labor, which she's getting to enjoy her garden. And then it's also Pentacles, so there's money. It is a stopover. It is not an ending. So there is more to come, but it promises a energy of I can breathe for a few minutes before I continue forward. But at the same time, there is butterflies around her head, which indicate that there's more transforming to happen. And there is a snail at her foot, which is indicative of two things. Wherever you are, you need to make it your home. And that means you, yourself, need to be your own home, your own place of security, and expect things to move slowly. What's behind us is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is depression, but it also gives the hope. It also gives hope that it's coming to an end, because you can see the sunlight coming in and things like that. So we have hope, and this is behind us. So everything so far has been good. This card, I know, is way out of alignment. I don't know why it's there. It's the Three of Cups. And actually, it's not. I know in Canada, we just had the 1st of July, which is our Canada Day. And in the States, you're going to have the 4th of July. Which is tomorrow, which is your Independence Day, and many people celebrate. So And there probably are things in Europe and Asia and around where there's some form of celebration. And then the card that's just coming up in front of us is the Chariot, Major Arcana. Take note. But the Major Arcana is about staying in balance. It's not about being in balance 100% of the time. It's about being able to pull yourself up into balance if you fall out. It's about not staying out of balance. So, and it's also in this day and age, it is something for people to look at closely, to understand, to ensure that they are, that they look at, that they look at things with clarity. So this is where I'm going to tell you, take time, stand back, be a third person observer of your life and everybody else's life. Give yourself time to act, don't react. And what will it give you? The High Priestess, where you see things more clearly. You may not be able to affect other people's energy, but you see things more clearly. And with your own clarity comes understanding. And at this moment, the only person in the world you have control over, unless you have children under basically 4 and 5, you are the only one who is the master of your own life. You cannot affect, you cannot change other people. You can talk to them, you can point out the way, but they're the only ones that can actually do the energy, the shift. And what's supporting us this week is the Justice. And the Justice card, I like to call it my light worker card. And yes, I know light worker is way out of fashion. And quite frankly, I don't care. The light worker card is one of being able to see with clarity because you use your intuition, your third eye is opening. See, it's the ability to cut away the stuff you no longer need. And right now we are cutting stuff away left, right, and center that we no longer need. It's very painful sometimes, especially when it happens to be people who are in your life for a reason, a season, but not a lifetime. But doesn't mean there wasn't great love and great caring there for them. What it will give you, one of the things it will give you is the Queen of Swords, which is a heart opening. Your hearts can, at this point, and this is very advisable, is your heart should open. With the High Priestess, that is not a time to go, yeah, I can't help anybody close up. That is the time to open up wide. You can only affect yourself positively, affect yourself by being open and changing and shifting. And what else comes for this week is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands as an energy is that of time and cycles. It is also an energy of gaining more knowledge. You're learning to be more of who you are, who you truly are. So the last two cards, I'm going to read the last one first and the first one last, is the Six of Pentacles. Now is the time to bring pieces of yourself together, so that little boy who fell and tripped and hurt his knee at 6 years old, and there was nobody to love him because his mom didn't see and he didn't know what to do. So he left a little piece of himself there, pull it together. That 30-year-old who was abandoned at the altar by a horrible relationship and felt the shame and everything, ignore it. He or she did you a huge favor. Bring that to yourself. Make yourself whole. And that's what the Six of Pentacles is all about. It is making yourself whole. And the last card is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant in my deck is all about healing. And it's the only person you can heal is yourself. The only person you can heal in the long run will always be yourself. But by healing yourself, you have affected waves of energy out, and you will touch those who are capable of receiving the energy of healing. Those who aren't, you can't do a thing about it. Acknowledge them, honor them, and don't worry about them. Okay, so one of the things that they recommend very strongly is, besides coming together, is rest and reconsider. Take your time, rest, reconsider what your priorities are. They may have changed from yesterday to today. There is many things that can shift overnight or in an instant, and it's just the instance between aha and yeah, that happens all the time. Energy. Okay, so rest, reconsider, be a third party observer of your own life, and move forward. With that, hello everybody. How are you all?
Miriam M says, "Hi, nice to see you guys." Night Diamond sends a wave, smiley face wave.
Thank you.
Mysterious Moon says, "Happy Friday, Elisha and L."
It is a happy Friday.
KK asks, "Hello, lovely ladies. Do my Ascended Masters have a message for me?"
Well, you seem to get the same message over and over again. They keep saying, look to yourself. You have a lot of the answers already in yourself, and they keep saying the same things over and over again. Trust, and I know that that's something that you're a little bit leery about, and you do want to get feedback. But this is very important that for you to understand that you can only get information from other people. The rest comes from yourself.
Divine Empress asks, "Does this guy Swapan have good intentions for me now?"
Swapan. I suspect you don't want to go there. And I could be 1,000% wrong. But you guys don't seem to think he's all that healthy for you.
Miriam M asks, "Any messages from my guides?"
They seem to be patting you on the back. You seem to be doing great well with whatever you're creating in your life right now, and they're quite pleased for you and with you. More for you than with you. So whatever it is, they're suggesting that that you keep it up and be of good cheer, if that makes sense. Okay.
Lily Dulo
Hi, Lily.
asks, "Hello, ladies. How are you today? Any insights from my angels of any kind? Thank you."
So what your angels are telling me is that you've been extremely patient and extremely forgiving over the long term, and they basically I get that they want to thank you for that you for your patience, for your kindness, for your caring, and mostly for allowing yourself to have to go through the situations you've been going through. And they admire you greatly for your ability to, they actually do admire you greatly for your ability to, of fairly heavy adversity for a long time. It appears, and I think I've said this before, but timing of the spiritual kind is kind of crappy. They do seem to indicate that things are going to move forward for you soon. And I sincerely hope so, because as I agree with them, you have been so good and so caring in the face of heavy adversity. Okay.
D Sparks asks, I find my energy low as of late. So maybe it be going on universally. Thank you for being here today. Take care.
It is. What I've come to understand, what I'm ascertaining, is that we're shifting, and this is my understanding. I'm putting and piecing it together as we go. We're shifting heavily from a third dimensional energy up into the higher energies, and doing that is causing a lot of turmoil in the person's, in the individual psyches, in governments, in every place. It's causing a great deal of turmoil. On top of that, there is so much we don't know what's happening. And this is one thing, nobody talks about it anymore, but it was a common knowledge there for a while, that we're going from a carbon base to a crystal base. And I do believe that is having more of an effect on our physical than people realize. And how do you deal with that? I'm not 100% sure, because quite frankly, I know how to feed a carbon base. How do you feed a crystal base? What is necessary? What gives it strength? What takes away from it? Things like that. So yeah, it is happening for everybody that I have run into. Mostly people are just tired, exhausted, and in some places it's exhausted because the energy is just too much. In some places they just don't know how to slow down and look after themselves. But it is exactly that. We are shifting, we're changing, and it's not just our minds, it is our bodies. So good luck.
$5 super chat from Juan asks, any messages / advice from my inner self? Thank you.
Oh, that's a good one. And his name is Juan?
Juan. Juan.
Oh, thank you, Juan. So the first thing I got right off the bat was love yourself, and I get the feeling that that's a high order for you, loving yourself, and it's a high order for anybody. You can do this. You've come close to it many times, and in certain ways you do love yourself. Once you do that, once you allow yourself to love yourself, you will find that the light expands around you, and it's like daylight. It's not like the sun rises. It's like suddenly the daylight is full on, and it's bright and it's shiny and it's not too hot and it's not too cold. I mean, it's perfect for you. And once you do that, the love you give yourself will be expressed in the physical, and the kind of love you're looking for will be yours. It doesn't mean somebody new's coming in. It could be somebody old, or it could be somebody new. But the love, the kind of love that you know exists, will be yours. And that's very exciting, actually, because right now love is the basic denominator of just about every interaction I deal with personally, with people I read, and what I see in the society. There is a book coming into your life, and I see it as book, but it's knowledge, and it's new knowledge for you, and it will open up many avenues. It could be the Book of One. I'm not sure, and it might be that's one you've already read. There are passages in that book that are vitally important for you to remember. And there's a female energy there, and it's family. I feel that it might be your grandmother who's passed over, or a grandmother type energy who's passed over, because she doesn't feel like she's of this world. And she's waving at you and cheering you on, and is there for you. So you do have your lineage behind you, which would probably indicate that you come from a long lineage of spiritual people, even if it hasn't been recently. Okay, good luck with that, and thank you.
Maria Herrera asks, also $5 super chat. Hello, any messages from my deceased mom? Message/advice from my deceased mom. Thank you.
Your mom loves she goes straight for the cooking, and and I don't know. It looks like empanadas. Is that?
Empanadas, yeah. The corn wrapped.
Okay, it looks like handheld food, right?
Yeah.
And she goes to something that looks like empanadas, and and it's like she's basically saying, when you cook, she's with you, and she loves it when you cook. And it's not just the making salads and the things like that. It's when you sit down and you make foods that she likes. She likes, and she's always there with you, and she's always talking. She says, "But you don't always hear me." and your mother is very funny. I really enjoy her very much. And I know this from yesterday that she's saying, if you make these kind of foods which are healthy but they taste like snacks, your son will be fine. But don't kill yourself making them, but do make some of these things and freeze them and stuff like that, so you have them when you need them. Because cooking is well, your mother's all about the hearth and the home, right? So of course she's going to talk about cooking, but she's with, basically, that you want to take away from that is she's with you all the time. She loves you dearly, and I think you've got a brother or an uncle named Robert or Roberto or something like that, and he also is there with you a great deal of the time. And he says he spends a great deal of time with your son, so that he has some male energy around him. And 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 we all know, I apologize for this, Maria. We all know that you worry a lot, and your mom. That way, you don't have to worry about him quite so much. Your son is doing really well, by the way. Your mom thinks so, and he's not doing badly at all. He's surviving the situation quite nicely. So, and which is better than most kids are doing. So don't worry so much, and it's all right for him to be skinny. You know, teenagers are skinny.
Georgie Warwat with a 300 rupee super chat asks, any messages for my late grandfather, please?
Your grandfather is very charming and very funny. He says, I'm not late. I'm always on time. Well, of course, he sends the love, which they all do, right? They all send a great deal of love, and he's no exception. And he's very proud of you, by the way. Very proud of what you're accomplishing and how you're doing things. And he's very proud of you for something very, it's not very simple actually, but for your simple response to spirituality. You don't make it into something huge and uncomfortable. It's something that's it's simply a fact for you. You don't make it well, look at me, and you don't hide it. It is simply who you are, and you go with it. You live with it. You act it. That is what you do day in and day out. And he's very proud of the fact that you have such a wonderful sense of spirituality. Saying one more thing, but honestly, I'm having a really hard time hearing it. I can't quite get it. It feels to be like something to do with family and hereditary, and maybe with that you'll be able to tell what it is. But it's something he doesn't want the whole world to know. So I'm not getting it clearly. But I think you know what it is, and so. So you know that whatever your stance is on whatever that is, he's behind you. Okay.
Champagne C says, hey, Lisha and Elle, hope all is well.
Hey, Champagne.
Moonfeather says, hi, ladies, how are you both?
We're good.
Acel asks, hello, ladies, will I get a job this summer? Thank you.
I got a yes. That's all I got. I didn't get any information to go with it. I just got a yes.
Moonfeather asks, I was wondering if the Gemini will leave me alone, or will he try to message me again at some point? Please and thank you. I won't be accepting him back, though, as I am sure he's not sorry for cheating.
Yes, he will. If you can, just block him. If you've made up your mind, just block him, delete, ghost him, whatever they call it nowadays. Walk away, walk on.
Exorcise him from your life.
Gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Gonna wash that man right out of my hair. And walk something on his, move him on his way. Yes, and that's from South Pacific. It's a kind of cool play song if you ever want to listen to it. And South Pacific was a musical, obviously. Just you owe him nothing, and nothing is what he deserves. Let him go on and do his own. Let him go and start over somewhere else. You don't need him. When you're healed, not before, but when you're healed, then you will find that there is somebody there for you. And I'm not trying to be a bitch or anything, but if he cheated on you, it's because there was something in you that allowed that to happen. Find out what it was in you that allowed that to be okay. And it might simply be that it was time for this guy to leave, and that was the only way you could get rid of him. But find out what it is so that you don't have to deal with it again with another person. And everything that happens in your life is there for a lesson. But good luck, and I'm pretty darn certain you have a good handle on everything.
Jennifer Schwartz says, "Hi, ladies.
Hi, Jennifer.
You're doing well. Do my guides have any advice for me regarding health? Thank you so much."
So with your going through what a lot of people are going through, your health is probably being impacted, and it has a lot to do with what I was talking about with the other lady, about our bodies shifting from a carbon base to a crystal base. Plus, we're getting rid of crap, emotional crap, and emotional crap affects our physical being. And I suspect if you can spend time meditating and things like that, that you will find the answers to a lot of what's happening. And if you go to the doctor for what's happening, I suspect they're not going to be able to find anything what's wrong with you, because this has never happened before. It is time consuming, energy consuming, exhausting, frustrating, and emotionally debilitating. It gives you time to sit down, and it gives you time to sit down and just be who you are, and get to see things clearly for yourself. So good luck with that. It's not fun. It's not healthy, but it is part of the shift. And because our bodies are not catching up as fast to our spiritual it does make it very difficult for us.
Champagne C asks, "Hey Elisha, I woke up really emotional today about my grandmother who has passed for a long while now. Why is this happening? This is new to me. Thank you."
It's all right. It's all right. It's just, I feel, well, A, your grandmother's there supporting you, but B, you're opening up to a new emotional levels, new spiritual levels. And to get to it, like everything else, we have to go wade through that which is the past energies and allow them to dissipate or go away. So indulge yourself. Indulge it. Remember, feel the emotions. And you're probably mourning not just the passing of your grandmother, but the passing of of energies from that time, because we are definitely moving out of one energy into something new. Not 100% sure what it will be yet. A lot of people are very positive. But doesn't matter what we do, we mourn the passing of one lifestyle to a new lifestyle. It's just part of being part of the human psyche, that we have to say goodbye to the old to let in the new.
Erica Brooks John asks, or says, blessings, Miss Celestia and Elle.
Thank you.
I pray that you ladies are doing well. As for me, I found a feather and it made me happy with tears of joy. I wanted to share this with you. Namaste.
Namaste. That is wonderful, because feathers are a great gift to be given to you from the universe.
Glossy Scorpio asks, can you tell me if I have conceived this month?
Glossy Scorpio, that's a cool name. I hope I'm right, because it sounds like you want it, but I got a yes. But having said that, that's not my forte. But good luck. I really feel that the child that comes into you right now would be a very interesting child.
Patricia Scowen says, and I believe it's connected to the reading, if we can do that, we must be responsible and do it. Champagne C says, strong energy this week, lots happening. Take things in life with grace. Keep your strength, everyone.
Yes.
JJ says, what a lovely reading. Doreen 888 says,
Hey, Doreen.
hi, and asks, can I ask a message from my guides? Thank you.
So your guides are celebrating right now, or at least they're partying, and they're reaching out to you, say, come on, party with us, enjoy the life, enjoy what you're going through right now. And which is apropos, because I do know that yesterday you received some joy energy, and I've been waiting for you to notice it. Very big joy energy. So if you feel like dancing, please dance. If even with it's just like dancing to Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers kind of swaying with the music. But they are suggesting that life is too short for you to be so serious. And it is, regardless of what's happening in your life, find something to laugh about and seek the joy. And what you're going through is actually quite positive and joyful. Good luck with that, Doreen.
Maria Herrera says hello.
Hi, Maria.
Tay says, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. I'll take what they say to heart. Miriam M says, thank you. Lily Dulo says, thank you a lot, ladies. Love your energy. Send you lots of love and hugs.
Thank you.
Krista Charlton says, 6 Jupiter. Is that the one with the rings?
I believe, yeah.
In retrograde, waking up, global. And Saturn, Jupiter in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, Neptune in Capricorn, Mars in Aries, full moon potential opening 4th and 5th of July.
Yeah, it's pretty intense out there for all year.
I mean, a decade?
Yeah, but this last 6 months has been really intense.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not,
but yeah, it's been getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Till I pine for the good old days when it was simply, my neighbor's mad at me.
Since it's been increasing since 2012.
It has.
Silver Bangle says, "Hello, my first time here.
Nice to see you.
I have been single for over 12 years. Will I meet my soulmate? I'm very lonely."
So I apologize because it's the first time here, but this is where you get a lecture. And the lecture is the first person that you need to love is yourself. Once you can love yourself, then you are going to be open to meeting people that are equal and kind and considerate and generous. And I watch it happen over and over again. It is worth your while to learn to love yourself fully, not just partially, fully. And when it comes to, now ask yourself this question. Anybody who wants a guy and hasn't got one, ask yourself this question. When you're the first energy, when you think, I've met the perfect guy, what is your first reaction? Is it, whoa, I'm so excited? Or, oh my God, I'm scared? Then get excited. If it's, oh my God, I'm scared, then look at what you're afraid of, because that is what is in you that is causing you not to have the relationship. And most of us have a fear of failure, a fear of not being good enough, and things like that. So right off the bat, the answer to that is, whoa, twaddle. Everybody is good enough. It's just our egos that get in the way that make us not good enough. And like I said, as soon as you can allow yourself to look at yourself and go, yeah, I like being with me. I like me. There is somebody there waiting for you.
Patricia Scone asks, Eliz-sha, anything coming forward for me in July? Thank you.
Actually, all I see for you is the energy has shifted for you quite dramatically. And where you were very, I can't remember the exact word, but where you were before, you would just go, yep, I'm going to sit through this and make sure and survive it. I'm okay with that. But now it feels like there's actual joy coming into your life, and so you don't have to be stoic. You can let go of being stoic now, because now it's time for you to be in joy and happiness, and yes, it's going to be because other people are coming into your life, but they're coming into your life because you've had that aha moment, you've had that joy de vivre come into you, and you don't need, and you've lived through things, and you've been stoic, and you have the insights. So now it's time for you to be in joy. And I still see, and I have no idea. I should look up and see if Wales has that kind of land, but it looks like I'd call our prairies here. So long walks on land that's not flat, but they're not huge hills either. And then of course off in the side there would be hills and things like that. But I see a lot of walks like that for you. And even if you just go to the edge of wherever this is, and just be, it appears that that seems to be your place of rejuvenation, of growth, not growth, but building up your energy.
Maria Herrera says, thank you very much. Sharon Stone asks, is Lisa interested in Michael?
So I have a policy of not answering third party questions unless that third party is there. I will answer at this time because I can sense a different kind of energy than usual. And the answer is not really. But if Michael is somebody you're interested in, then maybe possibly yes, she's interested in this guy, but not for Michael's sake, but because she and you have a history behind you, and she's not mature enough to let it go. And having said that, trust Michael. If he cannot be trusted, then thank this woman, or this girl, for showing you the truth. Okay.
Nomi C asks, how does Sandra feel about me?
Frustrated. It's like she doesn't actually know how to deal with the situation, and it's not like she's hates you or anything like that. She just simply doesn't know how to deal with the situation, and it's like she's throwing up her hand in frustration, going, "I don't know what to do." So maybe step back from the situation and see what you're missing, because I feel that you're missing something. You're it's like you want things to be a certain way, so that's all you can see, and it might be that you're just simply missing a great deal, and it's worth your while to figure out what you're missing.
Mama B asks, will I see Mike anytime this month?
There's a potential towards the end of the month that you may see him, and that's it. It's just it's a potential.
Maria R asks, do you still see me having 3 more relationships after this relationship with the Libra man?
I don't know. What's her name again?
Maria R.
Maria R. Things are shifting and changing. Actually, there's a very strong potential that what was no longer is, and because of that, things will have shifted and changed. So it's not written. It's not something that is written in stone anymore. So yes, you may not have a great deal of relationships. It might be that you simply got to a place where you've learned what you're supposed to learn, and it's time to settle down. So if you've met somebody that you really like and you feel a great deal of empathy with this person, chances are you have changed your future into something else, and that's positive. Go for it.
Yasmin J asks, Why hasn't the psychic Lucy answered my phone calls?
The psychic Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry, that's kind of funny. Okay, you asked, this is the truth, because you're not very good at hearing what she has to say, and it's frustrated her a little bit. You and I've had people ask me to change the future for them. I can't change the future. Nobody can change the future. If they are good readers, they will tell you what's happening and just leave it at that. If they're readers that are trying to get money out of you, then they're going to tell you what you want to hear. Not the truth, but what you want to hear. So one of the things that may have happened with you as you began to rely a little too heavily on an outside source and not rely on yourself. Yourself has the best answers and will always have the best answers. So start to rely on yourself rather than outside sources. Okay? Good luck with that.
Karen Sue asks, will Maria ask me anytime soon to sleep with her? Why don't you ask her?
I don't think so. Honestly. I mean, I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think so. And it's nothing to do with who you are or what you want or this or that. I think it has more to do with the fact that the two of you are not actually as compatible as you are not actually compatible for what you for that. And I suspect she's also not exactly who you think she is, and her idea of a relationship or lack of a relationship is a bit different than you're expecting it to be. Good luck with that.
Lucy B asks, how does MV feel about me washing her dishes?
She's glad to have the dishes washed. She's a little annoyed that you washed them. Okay.
Polynesian Princess asks, hi Alicia and Elle, I'm kind of late today. Could I ask you what's the reason me and C, the Gemini man, aren't speaking as much? He's not communicating as much as before.
All I get is fear. It's like he's the road runner. He's trying to get energy up to run away, but at the same time, he's being pulled back towards you. I would suggest you just walk away, let him fall flat on his face. When there's no energy pushing him to come back. There's no energy pushing him to move. Just walk away. Be interested in anything else, and see. And I think you'll find very shortly that he's coming around, going, "Why are you not talking to me? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not?" Just try. And when he does come around, don't go jumping into his arms, so to speak. Just go, oh, because I'm busy. and then walk away very suggestively so that he's very aware of you, but make him walk towards you. All right, make him work for it.
Um, Jennifer Schwab says, I've had issues with my teeth/gums that I've had in the past, and they didn't see anything causing it. So I was wondering if that was happening again during Ascension. I get headaches, or I get
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Try oil pulling. I use coconut oil. It's amazing. If you already do it, then whatever. But I find that when my gums become inflamed, and I'll do extra oil pulling like twice a day rather than once a day, and it clears it right up.
Doreen says, haha, thank you. Jennifer Schwab adds, thank you both for your time and energy. I hope you have a wonderful day and many blessings.
Thank you.
Erica Brooks John says, thank you so much.
Thank you.
VN asks, what messages do my spirit guides have for me?
Interesting. They show me a fire pit, and they're standing around it. It's like they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to come out and light the fire. They're waiting for you to sprinkle some kind of herbs on the fire. They're waiting for ceremony from you. And why they're waiting for ceremony from you, I think you know. And I don't have to tell you. And they're waiting patiently for you to accept that this is who you are, to surrender to who you are. And yes, surrender is the right word. And that is when they will be able to stand up and be in full regalia and support you on your role. And when you do that, the light blossoms. Clear spiritual light blossoms.
Moonfeather says, yeah, I've blocked him on everything, just trying to figure out how to delete my email, then I'll be set. Thank you.
Elle can tell you how to do that.
Google.
Yeah, Google it. That's what she does. She Googles everything.
But it should be fairly easy. Go into account or my account settings, depending on what email you have or type of email you have, and all emails should give you the option to disable or whatever your email address
to a particular.
No, yeah, just completely. Or you can just spam the shit out of him, or like if he emails you, just say this is spam, so you don't have to deal with that. And she adds, thank you. I hope you both enjoy the rest of your day. Julie J asks, hi, hope you are well. What does my friendship with Jimmy how does my friendship with Jimmy look like long term? Many thanks.
Long term, it actually looks really good. And what you're asking is with it whether it can shift into something else, and the answer is it's very strong possibility that it can. So good luck with that. And he seems like a very nice human being at this point. The energy I'm getting from you is that he's a good person.
Patricia Scowen says, thank God, Alicia, I have been strong through a lot. So pleased, energy is changing. Wells is beautiful, and just like you said, and I love walking in it. You are so good and just get the facts. Thank you.
You give me goosebumps. Thank you.
Julie J says you are brilliant and honest. Well done.
I've told this story before, but I have a friend who's what they call a treater in Louisiana, and which means basically she's a shaman, and she works on wisdom seekers actually, and she's pretty damn good. The beginning of wisdom seekers, I asked her to make a sigil, and one of the things on the sigil was honesty and clarity, and as a consequence, I have like 4 readers. I think in total is 4 readers, maybe 5.
You, Nicola, Aaron,
Elizabeth and Sadie.
Sadie. So 4 or 5.
I could have many, many more, but every time they come on, they leave right away because they have to have honesty and clarity. So yeah, it is part of our desire to create a situation of clarity and honesty. And all my readers are very clear and very honest. So don't come to us unless you want honesty.
And the Polynesian princess says, thank you so much. Passion Ness asks, will I get the job at Envision RX?
I got that you're going to get a job. Because I got yes before I got the exact name. So you are getting a job regardless of whether it's Envision or not. It will be the perfect job. The potential is probably that it is Envision RX, but it's not necessarily that. You will get one very quickly.
And we'll end with VN who says, "Wow, thank you, love you from the other side of this earth."
I love that because I think it's so important, especially right now, that we surround the earth with love. And that's one of the ways of doing it, is sending it across the world through the internet. And thank you, I appreciate that.
And Passionness says thank you as well. And it's been over an hour, so we can call it quits.
All right, so we will see you next week. It will be a little while before I actually come on for 2 days a week, but next week is really super busy. But it's as always, it's a pleasure being here with everybody. You're welcome to come on to Wisdom Seekers Facebook. Yesterday we did an interactive with Aaron. The day before, we did an hour and a half meditation with Elizabeth, and we talked about really great stuff. And some of the questions that people asked today, we addressed on Wednesday. So go check it out. Just be patient, because Elizabeth does enjoy passing on information a lot. So namaste, namasko.
Bye, everybody.
And thank you again.